All right. Just gonna like give the stream a second to get started here. I think we're good. Looks like we're good. Okay, so hi, I'm Tom. I talk about code. I'm gonna kind of treat this as a fresh start to the stream. I was just streaming a minute ago. There was a child screaming on the street. I went downstairs to have a look. Kid was gone. I hope they're okay. I assume they're okay, but I've written down the time just in case. So weird day. Weird start to the stream. I've retitled my stream. Okay, so the gist is, right, I've already said all this. You haven't heard me say it. Wonderful people on YouTube, because I'm going to pretend the first like 10 minutes I just streamed doesn't exist. So I'm going to be doing Lisp Game Jam this year. The Autumn Lisp Game Jam 2021. I don't know why it says submissions are due in 4 and a bit hours, because they're not. They're due in 10 days. Okay. Today I'm going to be doing kind of the groundwork that I need to make a game. And just to quickly show you, I did a bit of work off camera for my last stream. We now have texturing, so I can draw textured stuff, transparent stuff, which is really cool. So we can do text, which is something I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do. Basically, the last few days I've been like, if I can get texturing working, I will do the Lisp Game Jam with my PS2 engine. I got it working, so let's make a really simple game and actually get it running on the PlayStation 2. Perfect. The big thing that's missing. So in this stream, we're mostly going to be doing C and Lua still. If I have time, I will jump over to the actual Lisp part. I will be using the Fennel programming language, which compiles down into Lua. So I'll be using all my Lua APIs, but I will be describing game logic and potentially even some PlayStation 2 hardware buffer stuff in Lisp. Beautiful, beautiful. And there, you're up to date. And for the people who are interested in the Lisp Game Jam side of things, I will be chaptering this YouTube video. There will be a chapter for when I actually start writing Lisp. But for now, we're doing more boring Lua binding. So we've got this gamepad abstraction for the PlayStation 2, and we just need a Lua interface for it. So it's going to be simple. We want int button ID Lua get Lua to integer. We want to get the first argument as a button ID, and then we want to call int result equals pad button held. I actually think it's just called button held, right? Actually, what we can do is btn held. Okay, so Lua push integer btn held button ID to do bounds check. So, you know, if we pass in too big of a number from the Lua side, we will actually, like, crash our program. That's bad. But I'm lazy, so we're not going to check that right now. And then we return 1 because we have added one thing to the stack. Perfect. Now we just need to wrap some of these other functions as well. We need frame start to be wrapped. We need pad wait. So we need pad. Actually, we don't need pad init. We can do pad init here. So let's say pad init. I think that doesn't take arguments, right? Yeah, no arguments. And then we just need a pad on frame, or maybe not. Maybe we put this in our main loop, right? So maybe we don't even care about this from the Lua side. We always poll the pad every frame. We always treat it. So we always call frame start and then poll, right? Yeah, perfect. I like that more. So then all we expose to Lua is our button held. And yeah, so we call pad init, we make a table, we set the one field of this table that matters, and then we bind that table to a global name, set global, we're going to call it pad. Perfect, too easy. And then we return 0 because there's nothing left on the stack. We need to include all of the Lua stuff here. I might get away with just Lua.h. I don't know if it needs anything else. What else do we need to do? We need to go into... we need to open PS2 Lua.c. At the start of a frame, we want to say pad frame start, and then we want to say pad poll. I think, yep, pad frame start, pad poll. And then we call somewhere up here. It doesn't matter where we do it really. Let's say pad Lua init. I really need to rename this so that it falls in line with everything else. One of the other things as part of our texture loading we did, I'll quickly show off the TGA loader. It's not very exciting. I've got a TGA header, and this has the packed attribute because when you're, like there's no padding between these bytes, 1 byte and 2 byte numbers in the actual header. So we just pull this directly out of the file. We use some of the sizes from that to pull things out, and then we reorder the red. We keep the alpha field in the same place, but we swap the red and blue fields from TGA order to PS2 buffer order for some reason. And that's it. It's really simple. And then there's just a Lua wrapper for it as well. Perfect. Beautiful. So we need to include now our good friend pad.h. And then we got to edit our make file, source make file. Where are we? Source make file. And we want to add padlua.o. Now we should just be able to build. Everything's going to work first time. Passing argument. That's fine. That's easy to fix. That is easy to fix. That's just as simple as us not passing in the Lua state, because all of these Lua functions take at least 2 arguments. And then it's going to be the same problem. Unfortunately, this is something that just keeps popping up. I just keep not being good at remembering to put this extra variable in. Variable prev set but not used. Should probably actually clean this up here. Where is it? Int prev. It's gone. Prev equals now, prev undeclared, prev equals now. That's not what I wanted. Perfect. Wait, that worked? Yeah, that worked. Okay. I also just want to jump across, just to quickly demonstrate, I guess, right, with this texture stuff. There's kind of a pause before the the program starts. That's because uploading textures, right, we have to do this is all texture data. We have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 transfers for one texture, and it'll be about 4 or 5 transfers for another texture. And just logging all of this data takes a really long time. So I'm going to jump across to DMA Lua, and I'm on the line because it's the only thing I've really changed in this file for a while. We start up a lot quicker when we don't log just that gargantuan pile of data. We do need to clean up our logging in general, though. There's a bunch of garbage here that was useful when I was working out like the exact bit formats being written into the various buffers I'm constructing here, but kind of unnecessary now. Okay. So, we now have input in Lua, right? Oh, hold on. The other thing I should actually do, if I go into pad.h, we have these buttons defined. I should bind these into Lua as well. So let's go Lua push. Hold on, let's do it down here. Lua push integer. Let's make a macro to do this. Actually, let's say define bind int. I guess we'll give it a value. We'll give it a name, and this is just gonna, write out what we would have done anyway. Lua push integer. It's gonna be v, like the actual value. We're gonna say Lua set field L -2 name, and that's actually going to be it. That's all it takes to, that's all we need to do here, right? Okay, so bind int button x, and we're going to call it button x. Is that too janky? Is that a gross name? Should I call it button x? Should I just call it x? Pad.x? Let's do that. Screw it. Oh no, I called them button 1 and button 2, didn't I? Let's go. Let's commit to better names here. I think I went with button 1 and button 2 because I had dreams of cross compatibility, but this is just gonna be PlayStation 2 stuff, right? This is just gonna be PlayStation 2 stuff. So, what is? Can I exit insert mode, please? No. Oh, hold on. My keyboard's in the wrong mode. That would explain it. Okay, so, oh mate, what is going on? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Really doesn't matter here, but And I think we also just need to quickly go back up to where actually, checking these inputs, modify this a little bit. Thankfully, this isn't very opinionated about what's going on. Oh yeah, we've got these magical PS2 SDK constants. So actually, let's check the PS2 SDK side here. If I just jump across PS2 SDK, let's search here for pad. Yeah, so you can see these are bit masks, and I want this to be in like a flat array. So we're gonna have our own magic constants that are a little bit different. Square, triangle, circle. Cool. This is a bit janky, but we'll survive. Triangle, button, square, try. I wish I had like a symbol I could use. That might be fun. I guess we'll just go full names. Even though it's kind of gross, we'll go full names. It'll read better in the long run for it. Bind int. Let's go d-pad left. Left. Let's just call them maybe left, right, up, and down. Does that make sense? Left, right, up, down. Cool. And L1, R1 we don't actually need yet. Let's start with this and go from here. Okay, so now if I build this again, it's going to say, while referencing, because, oh no, button max. Pad.h. Button max. I guess this has to be one more than the maximum index, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And of course it works. Okay. And something's gone wrong. One thing I have been doing is just quickly Lua lint. That's turned up a few errors as I've gone through, but this basically means something's gone wrong in Lua, and unfortunately we're not getting good errors from PlayStation 2 Lua. It is actually just kind of shitting the bed when these things go bad. So, because I'm doing this after the call to set global, of course. So what was happening there is because set global was up here, when I was setting the field, the table had actually been popped off of the stack in the creation of the global. So you've got to set all your fields up before you pop the table off of the stack into a global name. So if I rebuild this and rerun this, it's actually going to work this time. Perfect. So if I go into my texture example, I can just do something really simple. I can say, let's go local x is 0. Let's make it negative 200. Negative 200 x if pad dot button. Let's say if pad dot held, right? We don't need the word button in here. This kind of like name scoping is useful in C, but you know, like we've got this kind of namespaced name already. Pad dot held, pad dot right, then xx equals xx plus. Oh, let's go at. So let's do this other thing real quick. Let's go local dt. Because this is going to tick at 60 frames a second, 60 hertz. Our time interval is going to be 1/60. So let's say, let's go at 50 pixels per second. Cool. And if pad left, then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to subtract instead. We're going to build, we're going to run. And there was what looked like a TLB error up here. Yeah, we've got a few TLB misses. This is dangerous. These are things that will crash a real PlayStation 2 100% of the time. If I rerun, is that going to happen again? It is. Okay, so did these things do this somehow? No, this is happening anyway. That's dangerous, isn't it? That's really dangerous. Again, let's just make sure that this isn't what I've just added. Let's get rid of the pad stuff. Just to make sure. Rebuild. Implicit, here we go, pad. Oh, of course, there's no actual function. Yeah, okay. So we need to go to pad.h and add the, so I'm using the old pad header before I added anything to do with Lua to it. Pad Lua. So like this function, you know, we don't actually know about it outside of here. So now we also need to include lua.h because it's got this Lua state parameter. Now if we build, now if we run, was there a error up here somewhere? No, that's just normal stuff. This just means that, you know, like, yeah, our weird Lisp PlayStation 2 homebrew is not in the game database. Awesome. Perfect. Cool. So, this is beautiful. Now we can come back in. We can just run our difference. Let's go into our config, make sure we have a gamepad set up. We do, let's see. Well, okay, I've got the D-pad set up to work just with the arrow keys. So, and it looks like nothing's happening there. Drawing it XX width height. Okay. Let's think. Let's go even simpler. If pad dot held pad dot x, then print x end. And it actually picks up our x. It's pretty cool. So then let's also print whatever our XX value is. Pos equals negative 200. So if I resume this, I should be able to move, and yet I can't. XX equals XX plus blah, blah. So why does this not change? It must be because our pad left and pad right aren't actually firing. It must be. We know that this x is getting printed, so what if I say xx equals xx plus 50 times dt? What happens then? Oh, that was weird. Pad held. Okay, so these buttons are a little bit... This pad held is not doing what we think it should. What? Where are we? Pos equals negative 100. Why is this changing? What? What? What happens if I get rid of the local on this? Is that enough to do something weird with how it's getting scoped? What is... I'm very confused here. XX equals... Okay, well, let's get rid of these. Let's just simplify. Let's just simplify for a second. Let's make sure we're running the up-to-date thing. Negative... Yeah, so this is what we kind of want, right? We want to see it changing, but I'm not actually pressing the button here, which is concerning. It's moving, but why does moving it make everything break so much? Why is this so oh, hold on. Whoa. We're working with integers here, right? I'm not supporting floating point numbers very well yet. And actually what I really should do, so XX in this case needs to be an integer because of how this gets written into a draw buffer. What I should do is go into the actual like draw 2D where this function gets called and make sure that anywhere we're referencing this X, which should just be when we're setting the X position. Yeah. So this is going to be, let's go X equals math.floor X. Let's just make sure we grab it down. And eventually, actually because we can actually use the floating point part of this number, the numbers that go into our draw buffer here, so like we kind of do this manipulation to it, we multiply by 16 because the bottom 4 bits are a fixed point decimal. So we can actually take the decimal part, multiply, so the decimal part which is between 0 and 1, 0.9999999 whatever, and we can multiply it by 16, and that will give us the appropriate fixed point decimal. But we're not going to do that for now. For now, we're just going to pretend only whole numbers exist. There you go. Now this is still stretching weirdly. Very weirdly. Because this should be working by width, right? And actually... Oh yeah, that would be it, wouldn't it? Because I'm adding the... Okay, so local ix2... Yeah, here we go. iy2. Y plus height. There we go. This makes more sense. We'll call this ix2, and we'll call this iy2. There we go. Now, unfortunately, this is just going right of its own accord. Okay, I cannot stop this. This is an out of control train. But at least something's happening. So this is telling us that X is held 100% of the time. Now that's not very good. That is not very good. Oh, hold on. Here's a problem, okay? Pad lure. So, we're pushing this integer, right? But I don't know how truthy lure integers are. Lure truthy values. I suspect that, well, I guess we're sending back... True and false. Okay, well, let's return a boolean instead of an integer. Can I just say push boolean? Is that going to work? It is. I mean, let's see if it goes. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work. Push lure push boolean. I got the function name right at least. Wolfmasked, hello. Thank you very much for stopping by. We are trying to work out how to get a nice clean controller abstraction going. Pushes a boolean with value b onto the stack. So I would assume that 1 is true and 0 is false, right? That makes sense. And that should be the same btn held. Pad frame start. And then when we call pad poll, we expect these things to be set to 1 if the button's held. Okay. So let's log here. Let's say int v equals button held button ID. Let's say info test button ID equals whatever. This is a really silly way to work, but it will tell us why this... Oh, it'll at least let us rule some things out, right? So this all looks fine. So much stuff getting logged at the moment. Test button 0 equals 0, 0 equals 0, 0 equals 0. Cool. So if I go back to PS2 lure, right? Oh, well, of course it's never actually... Of course it's never registering. We're never actually polling the controller. So there you go. Always remember to uncomment your testing functions. Now why isn't this working? Who knows? Rebuild? Everything looks okay. Pad frame start, pad poll. While the program's running, frame start, pad poll. Wait for the DMA. See, so pad frame start zeroes everything out, right? Because at the start of a frame, you're not holding any buttons. At pad poll, you're updating the buttons that are being held in that current frame. So why aren't these being updated? Why isn't pad poll updating anything? Pad lure. Again, let's do some really high quality, oh dear. Let's do some really high quality, oh, why are there so many spaces here? What has happened? This must be a linter thing, right? Okay, well let's leave that. Let's do some more log-based debugging. Set button, and then we're gonna say B, no, V. Okay, so this should build, yep, and this should run. Let's also clear up some of the garbage that's getting logged every frame. So like, yeah, most of this stuff is coming from, all of this stuff is coming from my draw buffer logging, because building these buffers was really gross. So let's go buffer lure info. I've commented most of it out. Yeah, this is fine. God, building this was really not fun, okay? Because my lure abstraction works in terms of 32-bit words, right? Like 4-byte words. Having this format where, so you have this field th, right? The bottom 2 bits go in the first word, and then the top 1 bit goes in the second word. Also, why am I and 5? That's not what I want. Is it? No, I want and... Wait, why am I and 3? Because that's the bottom 2 bits. Shouldn't this just be and 4? Why do I care about the... I think these things are equivalent, but I'm going to keep it as 5 because it works. I'm very confused by that. Cool. And then, what else am I logging? This is fine. Clear screen. It's a little bit boring. We know that clearing the screen works. Now if we run... Oh, isn't that a little bit cleaner? Isn't that just a little... Oh, we're getting TLB misses again. I don't like it. Is this from... Where did these come from? Okay, well... I would actually really like to work out what's going on there. And let's see if they go away when I get rid of these again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, no TLB miss. So, what does that tell me? That tells me that the memory for the pad is not being handled correctly, right? So if we go back to pad lure, maybe the static nature of this memory is actually not good. When I've had issues in the past, one of my best bets has just been to allocate things instead. Or let's just see if it makes a difference unstatic. Let's go to PS2 lure. Let's get rid of pad poll. We're going to build, we're going to run. And we get these TLB misses. I don't know what's going on there. Let's just make sure it isn't actually sneakily working. That would be cool, but of course it isn't. Okay, but as long as these TLB misses are happening, I'm suspicious that this pad poll function is poking something that it shouldn't be. Pad lure. Pad read, pad test. Oh yeah, so the whole point of all this, right, was that I could see if this set was ever getting called. Test button 0, that's fine. So it looks like, yeah, that logic I set, if only I had a debugger, if only I had like a break at this line debugger. The other thing I want to quickly do, I want to get rid of these logging messages. Sad is the static value event, that it doesn't like it being a static array. Because this example, by the way, my pad logic is almost directly stolen from pad wait from PS2SDK, right? So or is it? edit EE input. Oh, what is input EE input hold on, I'm having keyboard issues here. Input source. There's a pad example somewhere. But yeah, no, like I agree that that's almost certainly what's going wrong here. Hold on, is it? Hold on, I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna find this real quick because I want to compare notes. It must be in. At least I don't do. What did this one guy do that is so egregious? Draw has samples. Is it a draw sample that actually has pad stuff? I don't know. I copied a sample from somewhere, right? I've definitely gotten this working before, and I'm fairly sure. But again, maybe this is also something that's changed with the new SDK versions. Sorry? Type equals unused variable type. Oh, that's fine. Who cares about a few unused variables here and there? This is much cleaner. This is much, much cleaner. Okay, so let's unstatic it all. Pad lure. So we want pad, or is just this enough? Is just unstaticking enough? Or do I need to actually alloc them? Let's see. I bet this stops complaining once I do this. Is this something that can be fixed, by the way? Like, or is this just a trait of the PS2? Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just seeing the stream preview. I'm seeing the kick at the back of my hair. My hair is out of control. Cannot wait for the barbers and stuff to open again. It's going to be life-changing. Okay, button held equals malloc. Now, here's the other thing. Do I need to do mem align? What is it? Mem align. Mem align. Alignment size. Do I need it to be like weirdly aligned? And then it's 12 times. Let's just do this and see. Pad buffer equals mem align. Or is it 256? Let's try 128 for now. In other words, a quad word. And then this is going to be 256 bytes. And then if I build this, it's going to fail because where the hell does mem-align even come from? stdlib. Perfect. stdlib. Mem-align. Okay, well, let's see. Mem-align. Nope, that is in IOP. Can I not read? Oh, malloc.h. I can't read. Cool, perfect. Did we still get the TLB misses? What is this? Do they get assigned really low addresses just as part of like being like how they're scoped, or I don't know. Okay. Starting fed button status. size of... Oh no, hold on. Whoa. Pad read space. Struct pad button status is a pointer. Oh, that changes so much. Okay, so pad read space. Now if we build, it's still going to complain because this no longer needs to be address of. Perfect. Still getting a freaking TLB miss. Why does it hate this so much? Okay. Let's get rid of pad poll. Some unused variables, that's fine. No TLB miss. So what happens in this function that makes a TLB miss happen? Right? Pad poll. The first thing we call is pad wait, right? Pad get state. Could it be to do with this? Is there some other initialization code that I'm missing? So let's have a quick squiz back over at my repo. Github.com phylum PS2 homebrew stream. What's this repo called? PS2 homebrew stream. I can't remember what it's called. PS2 homebrew live streams. I was close. I was very close. And if I look quickly at our source, pad.c, this is all fine. What happens in main that might be different? The first thing happens in main. Hello. Yes. Where do we pad init? Pattern start pattern. So this is fine. This is just what we do, and we just call pad init. That's all we do. So what am I doing differently? What's going on? I never had TLB messes like this before. I don't think. Maybe I did and I just didn't notice. But this definitely worked. This exact code was working. I swear it. There must be something else that's still like... Oh, other than potentially the joystick. So what if I just like comment the joystick stuff out? But yeah, the PS2 does seem to be particularly picky. Well, okay, let's not character it out, but let's not actually use it in any of the code we're calling. So that's fine. But I'm not actually calling pad poll. And I get TLB misses. So what actually misses? Oh, am I gonna have to step through this line by line? Okay, let's do it. Let's work out where these misses come from. Show debugger. We're gonna break. We're gonna find main. This is what it comes down to. Oh, let's find pad poll. Let's see if we can get a symbol for pad poll. Pad poll. Perfect. We're gonna break here, and we are going to... Yeah, cool. I actually don't want this. Can I just restart the elf? Beautiful. Yes. Okay, so pad poll. Registers. God, this really annoyingly spams the logs. What? Where did I... There was a branch. Okay. This is a really long function because there's just a lot of if-else action. Wait, did I go back to... I went back to main. Okay. So run. Run. Is this one of these annoying things where it doesn't happen when I run in the debugger? Oh no. I love it. Look at this. We're several frames deep. No TLB miss. Look at this. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now if I get rid of this breakpoint and just run. Now if I rerun. No TLB miss. Interesting. But now if I quit and rerun, TLB miss. So what gives? Why does this only happen on the first run? Because now if I rerun it, we're not going to see this. Oh, that's a nightmare. That is actually a nightmare. That just makes me so nervous that something very subtle has gone wrong. But anyway, let's assume it's fine. Pad lure, pad pole. I guess we do still have a static int here. Let's no, still a problem, still a problem. And look, it's like, it's the very first frame. Well, I guess we can actually look at the instruction. We've got the PC here. So where, if we jump over, where was it? It's always the same address, right? Where this is where the PC is. So it's 104.378. 104.378. Pad get state. Okay, perfect. So pad get state. It loads into VU from S0, right? So add. So this will trigger this TLB miss when S0 is 0x0, 0x4, 0, or 0x4. So where does S0 come from? Syntax cache or S0. Okay, so S0, oh no, we save, yeah, so we, 0xC, so the, hold on, C, so that's 4, 8, C, so it's the third word of what's at V0, and V0 is the, why does, hold on. So this line here, right? Shift V0 left by 2 bits. Load something into S3. Set V0 to V1. Set S3 to this constant. Set V0. Or does add U like a Q? Shouldn't this be? Doesn't this just set V0 to this magic number, right? Wouldn't it be add U V0 S3 if it was like adding onto the value of S0 already? So basically what I'm saying is 5E5 and then we load something from, well, this would load 5E5C, right? So I just don't see how this instruction ever, for one thing, generates this, right? How do we ever hit address 0? Oh, well, hold on. No, wait. Whoa, what am I doing? I got confused about where we were. We're down here. So S0, but S0's the value in here. Okay, no. So whatever address is in memory address 5E5C, I think, right? Sure, that's what this is saying, right? It isn't what it looks like. I don't understand these lines here. But we load an address from a structure, and there's some constant address involved. And then we load whatever that address is. So, in other words, this structure at this offset, 0xC, is a pointer, and then here we dereference that pointer. That's generating a TLB mess. So what happens if I get, what is at 5E50? Go to address 5E50. Question mark. No one knows. No one can tell. This whole region of memory, it's a mystery. Memory in general, it's a mystery. Go to address 5E50. What if we run here? Can I see what's going on in memory? Okay, this region of memory is really something else. Okay. Basically, I don't care though, right? I just want. So it's pad get state. Why is pad get state so bad? What is pad get state? What do you do? It's making a it makes an IOP call, right? Pad rec state. Yeah. Pad. And we definitely load the IOP modules, right? That's the other thing. I haven't really checked the logs for this. Whenever we set this up, I want to see it say that it either succeeded or I want to see something. I want to see IO something. Texture, DMA sound, doing DMA, frame. So before the texture transmission happens, reading texture, test.tga, test.tga, VRAM, running, loaded CIF modules, load module, pad driver. Address is not 16 byte aligned. Okay, now that is interesting. What address is this? What address is not 16 byte aligned? Pad buffer. It's got to be pad buffer. What if but 16 byte. So 16 times 1. So that should be address is not 16 byte aligned. I think I've also seen people align this to 256 for whatever reason. Let's see. Address is not 16 byte aligned, I suspect. Address is not 16 byte aligned. Huh. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's grep all of this for not 16 byte aligned. How do you spell aligned? I can never remember the best way of spelling aligned. Is it 1 L or 2? No, was this a capital letter or not? Let's just search for this message, right? Copy. What the hell? What the hell? What? EE, RPC, pad. That was weird. Okay, so you pad area, pad port open. Yeah, so here we go. Now we're getting into the actual meat of this. We call pad port open. Pad port open logs this thing, right? 407, 401. This is... Yeah, these are the lines that do this. So 401. Why are you not 16 byte aligned though? Like, in what world is pad buffer here not 16 byte aligned? Right? Do we just keep making this number bigger? Right? Why is mem_align not giving us back aligned memory? Let's see if we can find an example of mem_aligned use. RNI mem_align. Why does this... I don't know why this is replacing... Okay. Apparently the command line for ripgrep is different to the one that I'm used to. So, yeah, I mean, this looks like exactly what we're doing, right? What's different here? What is different here? Vector faces vector I. Oh my god. Okay, mem_align. So let's look at EE draw samples teapot, right? One that I've looked at many times before. Include, maybe it's kernel or std lib. Why memoline? Memoline. Why does this not work for me? Ah, see now, no, yeah, implicit declaration of memoline. stdlib pam types, math 3D. Does it, There's nothing strange happening in the included directories either. Weird. Where is this coming from? Where is this? What is this mystery function doing? What is happening? Because we've got kernel, we've got stdlib. Where are we defining this? Where are we defining this? I'm just so confused why even malloc wouldn't return this, right? Pad buffer. Are we somehow overriding it somewhere with something else? We're not. We're not. And there's no world in which this gets cooked. So hold on. If pad buffer and 0xf not equals 0, wait, hold on. If pad buffer mod 0xf not equals 0, right? It should be 0 modulo 16. Is that? Yeah. (16-bit), hold on. Is not 16... libpad 401 and 0xf. If any of the bottom 4 bits are set, then we're not 16 bytes aligned. Yeah, okay. Sorry. These are different things. And then let's dump the address. And then let's PS2 lua. We'll actually just like exit if this goes wrong so that it's clear to see what's happened. Pad. Oh no, we will. Well, we at the very least we can if pad lua init equals -1, then lua push string failed to init pad lua error L. I need to actually give it the lua state here. Return 1. Pad buffer. If no, how do they cast it to an integer as well? Okay. So we have to cast this to just like a dumb number here, and let's actually cast it to a uint32t. We want it to be an unsigned int because, not that it really matters. We're doing bit masking anyway, but just. Yeah, okay, actually, we do want to make sure that, because if this binds first, if this, like, associates first, I don't think there's any world in which it does, but we would be anding the result of 0xf not equal to 0, which is always true, so this would be this and 1. I don't think it happens, but we do want to be explicit where possible. From int. Alright, we've got to include malloc. We've got to include malloc.h. Cool. Pad driver. Not 16 byte aligned. But my thing's never flagging. This is some weird stuff again. What is going on? How does this not flag, but this does? Okay, well let's simplify our check. Let's do exactly what they do, right? If U32. Do you know what U32 is? You do? That's delightful. Okay. Just load modules. Address is not 16 byte aligned. So that means that we're getting through this, right? This is getting called, and this is fine until it isn't. I just am so... Oh no. Guys, it's really simple. This is the cause of all our problem. We're passing the address of this, not the actual... Oh no. What a disaster. What a disaster. Did I just waste half an hour of my life, if not more? Okay, look, I'm angry. I'm upset. But we're going to get through it, and we're going to start doing some awesome stuff now. Also, sorry, just quickly, on a lighter note, do you like the little icons I drew? So like I've got this font, right? And this font, by the way, credit where credit's due. Font, Spleen, this guy, he's made a really awesome bitmap font, right? Looks really good. I'm using the 8x16 version. I think it's a good size for 640 by 480. I think this is real size. And then I've got some extra stuff at the bottom. So like I've got my name in a different font. I think that's kind of cool. And yeah, I've got the classic PlayStation icons, right? So like you move in front of a door and it's like press triangle to interact with this door or this person or whatever. It like pops up in the world. I think that'll be cool. I think that'll be useful. Or like you can have explanations like jump and press the circle button, right? But you can have an actual icon for the circle button. And these are the same proportions of the rest of the font. I think these are cute. I think these will be fun to use. A little bit hard to see against this background, I guess, but I think this will be a lot of fun. So we've done it. We've solved input, and we can now actually do things. So let's go back to texture.lua, and let's do what we had before. If pad.held pad.left, then xx equals xx minus 50 times dt, and then we do the same thing for pad right, except instead of subtracting, we add. We don't need to log the position anymore, even. Perfect, we can move. We've got movement. Movement confirmed. I love it. I love it. Okay, so things are happening. Things are moving on the screen. Now, like I said before, I don't actually know if I'm allowed to start making this game yet. I believe I am. It looks like I am. It looks like this started... well, what's the time in UTC? Let's do that. Time in UTC. Because I get two different times if I look on my laptop or if I look on my desktop, which I'm on here. 11. Oh no, yeah, so it started. I can start writing Lisp. Whenever I want. So let's do that. I think this is in a pretty good place. I'm going to delete some files. I'm going to merge this branch. But I don't have to do that right now. Let's actually start writing Lisp now, and then let's commit this first. Git status. We want to add pad lua, and then okay. So let's get a branch going off of this, and I think we can just grab one file, right? Download the Fennel script. Now, I don't know what version of Lua this is based off of, unfortunately, but I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because we're just outputting Lua. Oh, wow, so actually it is just this. So we can either use Fennel as like a compiler, right? We can have it as part of our build process. We can statically compile Fennel, or we can run Fennel on the PlayStation 2 and use that to load Fennel files but convert them on the fly. I think it's probably better to statically compile. Yeah, it's embedded inside it. Oof, that's really cool. Let's grab this. Let's go. Okay. We want to run this in Lua 5.1. Cool. So print. All right, we're lisping. We're in. Fennel. Let's just have a quick look at what these are. Yeah, so compile. Writing Lua to stand it out. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. Yeah, okay. So we can go fennel, C, do we compile? How do we handle modules? Okay, I have a lot of questions. Let's start very simple. Let's try and do what we're doing in min. Let's try and do this. I believe this API is the same, right? Let's go main.lua min. If I run this, if I run this, this no longer runs. Draw buffer size. Apparently, I'm trying to do something. Oh yeah, hold on. I put a bound on how big my draw buffers could be. Yeah, nice. Okay, this works. This works. Clear the screen to green. But I'm using the old method of allocating from the graphic synthesizer. That's okay. That's okay. Some of this is outdated, but that's okay. So, can I duplicate this in Fennel? Maybe I just need to actually write a little bit of Fennel first. So, I don't know much about Fennel. We're going to learn as we go, right? We're going to try and write some good functional code. It's going to be awesome. Tutorial teaches us the basics of the language, right? This is good. Yep, I know. I've written Lisp before. For development purposes. Yep. Locals and variables, beautiful. Okay. So we can just arbitrarily create tables. That's cool. Dot function, dereference. So dot table then key. That's good. tset put stuff into tables. That's also good. Sequential tables. Yep. So like a list. I like that there's this literal syntax for this. That's cool. That feels very closure-y. Takes a table index, removes an index. Table insert, table remove. I like it. And these work just like they do in Lua, where if you just table remove, it pops the last thing off. Length returns the length. That makes sense. Checks out. Love a good bit of iteration that isn't common Lisp style. I like my iterators to not be their own little DSL. Looping, perfect. Conditionals. Yep, all looks good. All looks good. Key value number. Ooh, now this is cool, right? So we get better syntax for these, mixing a very kind of Lispy thing with a very Lua looking thing. I like that. I like that. Nice. Okay, so there's a lot of syntax sugar to learn about here. Variadic functions. Yep. Globals. Perfect. Nice. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, arithmetic and comparison operators that are not first-class functions. Interesting. No apply function. Okay, yeah, that checks out. Tables compared for identity not based on the value of their contents. Yep, that makes sense in a Lisp world, a Lua world rather. Return values in the wrapper will be pretty printed. Cool. Other stuff just works. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that I can just call functions and it's fine. I don't even need a binding or anything, right? I can just go So I guess the only thing I can't see, if I want to do this, right? If I want to like write this function, can I just do, can I do like fn, is that the function? Yeah, fn hello. Oh, well, let's try it. PS2 prog dot start, which takes no arguments, and then does some stuff. So we're gonna dma.init script min.fennel. Oof, this is a little bit rough with the big font, isn't it? Oh dear. Okay, hold on. This is more than a little bit rough with the big font. dma.gif. Yeah, and then we have this like global problem, right? We need to actually store. So, yeah, we'll just make it a global. Screw it. Global GS. Was that? Did we need a thing around it? Global add global. Yeah, cool. It's the result of calling GS. Now, how does this work? Do we just use the same syntax? Let's try it and see what happens. Well, actually, this is gs.newState 640.448 gs interlace 640.448 gs. 1 second. I can actually do this better. Okay, I can now see this on my second monitor. That makes way more sense. Cool. Okay. Here we go. We're on a roll now. Let. Now, what does the let? The let looks like, it looks like closure. Yeah, cool. So let, fb gs alloc. Can we do this? Let's find out. PSM24. ZB gs alloc 640.448 gs PSMZ24 in gs set buffers fbzb and then gs clear color 02550. Cool. And then fn ps2 prog.frame takes no arguments. Let db rm.get draw buffer 5 with a length of 5000 in db frame start. This feels okay. GS and then dma.send db dma.gif, and then we don't actually need to free. Okay, so what happens if I compile this? Hold on, let's go. Hey, hold on, I also need to, so how do I include things in Fennel? This is the question, right? Fennel require, relative require. Yeah, compiled, okay, compile time require is what I want. Since this works at compile time. Well, no, I don't want it at compile time, sorry, I want it at runtime. I want the opposite. Requiring modules from modules other than init. Yeah, I want current module. I just want to like include a Lua file, right? I don't want anything too fancy. Also, I've overwritten require, so maybe this is I wonder if require has special compile time semantics. Anyway, let's, for now, fennel c script min.fnl. Invalid. Oh, I put a comma. What is this comma doing here? Disgusting. You have no place in Lisp. This looks good. This looks like exactly what I put in. Right? This looks exactly like the Lua code I wrote. This is really cool. I like this a lot. Like, it's such a simple wrapper over the generated Lua, but it just kind of magically works. What happens if I do require... well, hold on. What if I say let, how do they... local gif do file host script gif.lua. What does this look like? This looks exactly like what I want. What if I change this to require now? Perfect, yeah. Okay, this actually just works exactly like you'd expect. I love how frictionless this is. Let's... well, hold on. So now I want to change... my my local, right? Let's add a new binding for this. Let's go make... actually, let's add it. Let's just change what make run does for now. That makes more sense. Make file, because when we make... yeah, so we make scripts, right? So where is scripts? We want to say fennel c dis. We want to compile script main.fennel, and we want to output it to script bundle.lua or something, right? Something like that. So we have an entry point and it pulls everything in with it, right? I think that's how we want to approach this. And then we copy everything over to the dist folder. So let's see what happens when we run now. Something goes wrong. Script main.fennel, no such file. That checks out. So copy script min.fennel script main.fennel. Cool. And now we want to change over. Let's go into let's go into main.lua, and we want to do bundle.lua. And it crashes. And that's fine. This kind of thing happens, right? So what happens if I do make lua lint? No problem. Lua 5.4 p script bundle.lua. Sorry, luac. Lua C, the Lua compiler, right? It has this check, and that's fine. So, what has gone wrong? Let's go vi script bundle.lua. Gif equals require gif.lua. This is good. PS2 prog dot start. This is good. DMA init. This is good. gs.newstate. This is good. gsalloc. This is fine. This isn't good, but this is fine. The z buffer is fine. Set buffer. Okay. Prog. Frame start. Frame end. DMA send. So, I mean, look, the thing that really... I guess the only difference here, right, is this GS not being defined. So what if I do... what if I do... Is there a set Q? Is there like a... How do I... T-set? Set. Can I just say set? Can I do it? Okay. I'm going to go deeper down the copy what I've already done rabbit hole. Min.fennel. Sorry, no, hold on. Main.fennel. We're going to go local GS nil. And then down here, instead of global GS, we're going to say set GS. Now when I run, I expect you to work. var.gs. Okay, what if I say var.gs instead? It explodes. It is not happy with me at all. On init. Make file run. Annoyingly, no useful log here. Annoyingly, no useful log. Bundle.lure. See, this actually generates exactly what I had before. GS equals... This is so close. This is so close. So what if I even like diff script bundle.lure script min.lure, right? We're not that different, you and I. We're not that different. dma.send. Like, look at how similar these are. Set GS clear color, GS set buffers. Why is this like it's so? We don't have an extension here. This is literally okay. Maybe I got it. Oh well, no. Yeah. Main.fennel. It's literally this file extension. That is the cause of all my woes. It'll work now. Okay, it doesn't quite work, but I'm getting close. Set buffer nil method. Set buffer. GS. Set buffers. That's fine. That's fine. And now we've got now it runs. Now it runs. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, we should pull the the texture logic rather out of this file. Texture.lure. Let's move this into draw 2D for now, I guess. It's a little bit janky. It's a little bit work in progress. It'll be fine. Draw. What am I doing? Draw 2D. Function draw load texture. F name width height. It's kind of janky having to tell up front what the width and height of a texture are, but anyway, and they're all fixed to the same texture format, but we will survive. We will survive. Okay, so let's go back into main.fennel. Let's go local. First off, let's capitalize this. I think that's a little bit nicer. I mean, we aren't actually using this. We aren't actually using this anywhere. Is it? What's a fennel comment? Semicolon. Cool. So local d2d require draw 2d. Beautiful, beautiful. So what happens now in here if we say var font nil, set font d2d dot load texture we're gonna say host big font.tga. I think that's what I've called it. Let me just double check. Asset or dist even. Big font.tga. Yeah. Cool. And this is, how big are you? Rude to ask a font their size. Load texture 256 by 64. No commas allowed. Get these commas out of here. Put them in the trash. Cool. So now, in the middle of this, I can just say No, I don't want to get the draw buffer from here anywhere. I want to say first d2d new buffer. And then rather than getting a buffer from the resource manager, we say give me that from draw2d, steal it from our 2D drawing context. It's kind of weird. D2D set color. Let's go some nice middle of the road numbers. Basically, if we set weird numbers, they're going to blend that color in with our texture, so that's not what we want. Let's just set like a nice, basically the middle number, right? Or what the PS2 treats as the middle number. And then let's draw a sprite. Let's say font. We're going to draw it at -200, -200. We're going to give it a width of 256 by 64. We're going to draw from the top left corner of the texture to the bottom right corner of the texture. And when we run this, something is probably going to go wrong. Of course it does. But that's fine. We're making progress. This is a learning experience. Let us bundle.lure. Okay, so we can see things are taking shape in their own special way. Okay. So this is not in the right place. We've got too many parentheses. I never thought I'd say it, right? It's Lisp, so you would think you can't have too many parentheses. We indeed have too many parentheses. Okay, things are getting funky. This is oof. What is going on there? What is going on there? Host big font.tga. Load texture. Yeah. This seems good. Let's just like something has gone very strange here. This is not a normal path. Open name. This isn't it. This is not it. Yeah, we're trying to load 256 as a So what is this string? Where is this string going? Where have you gone? Draw 2D. Oh, because yeah. So this means the first argument is implicitly the table draw. So now if we do this, it'll work. Or it won't work. Okay, work was ambitious, but at the very least, it won't blow up in quite the same way. Is that here or is that text flash? No, that's actually in main.fennel. Where are we? Text? Did I somehow? Hold on. Where was my error? I didn't actually look. Draw 2D 50. Okay, draw 2D 52. Line 52. Oh yeah. Okay. So what's happened here? This is nil somehow. Oh, so there are a few things to look at here, right? One is that we're not returning anything for this function, but we are. That's good. That's good. We're returning a table. We're returning a nice table. Okay, so this seems okay, right? This logic seems okay. But when it comes to draw it, this is never actually getting passed in. So font, right? Font. Okay, so the next thing to check, right, is does this line ever get called? Well, it does. We know it does because we can see the log coming from it, right? We can see that. Can we see? Where are we? Yeah, we can see it gets loaded, right? It gets opened. It gets read. There. Oh no, hold on. Sorry. There it is. Draw lure. Draw 2D VRAM, right? We haven't included VRAM. So this is yeah, and this is good, right? It's kind of going to be weird having this big Lua backend. And like when I say big, you know, it's not huge, but like 200 lines of code, it's not small. It's not negligible. So we're going to run again. And I mean, this time it goes better, right? This time it definitely goes better. Where? Ooh, actually. Yeah, okay, so we need to not do this. And this is a kind of leaky abstraction, right? So we have what am I trying to say here, right? We have what am I trying to say here? We have this concept attached to our draw buffer of starting and stopping a frame, but actually now the draw buffer is kind of owned by this 2D context. So having this in our, I don't know, we probably need to say D2D end frame or something, right? Because this actually now has to do some cleanup potentially, whatever. It's not as simple as it used to be. So it's awkward. It's awkward. But for now, we're going to keep doing it the janky old way. That means we have to say let db. We're going to shadow this. That's okay. That is okay. Because basically now, Draw2D manages this buffer, and sometimes the buffer gets full and it has to kick it off to the GPU. So if between starting the frame, doing these draws, if the buffer gets kicked off here, which, spoiler, it will, I believe, because my logic is a little bit janky. If this happens, then we end up submitting the first buffer with the frame end attached to it, and our draw just gets completely skipped. So basically, we need to make sure we've got the right buffer. We get buffer again, and then we do this. Except we don't call DMA send anymore. We call D2D kick. Perfect. Okay, so now if I run. Okay, so our sprite isn't being drawn, right? Our sprite isn't being drawn. We're going to clear the screen to a much nicer, nice groovier black color. Maybe not black. Maybe my other favorite color: 0x2b, 0x2b, 0x2b. Nice. And now we've got to wonder why this isn't working. Why aren't you drawing anything? Texture, x, y, width, height, UV, UV. Okay. So, it's time to look at the bundle, right? What gets generated here? This looks fine. This looks very, very good, in fact. D2D, sprite, -200, -200, 200. Oh, well, so X, Y, width, height, UV, UV. Yep. Well, these are actually STs, not UVs, but anyway. I like this, gives it a different name because it's shadowed, makes it very clear what's going on. Much clearer than my version of this. Return D2D kick. Yeah, this makes sense. New buffer gets called at the start. Then we get the buffer. We start the frame. We set the color. We do the sprite stuff. It's a mystery. TTD load texture. Okay, well, so the only thing is I haven't actually tested moving this into Draw2D. So let's go into texture.lua, and instead of load texture, let's replace this with d2d.loadTexture, right? This is going to be the ultimate test. So let's go into main.lua, let's change our file back to texture.lua, and then let's run. And that's fine. It has no problem. So the problem is us. Okay? I mean, it's good to confirm, right? But the problem is us. So if we look at bundle.lua, okay. So we have GIF, we have D2D. We have font in the file scope. That's great. That's really great. This looks really good. This looks fine. We're loading a texture, right? Well, it's a font. It looks like it's loading okay from our logs. That's good. That's good. And then every frame. Okay. New buffer. Yes, we're doing that in the other file. Get a draw buffer. Yes, we're doing that in the other file. Start a frame. Set a color. Draw a sprite. Get the buffer. End the frame. Kick. That is a good sequence of events. So why does it not work here? Why do you not work here? Main.lure. I guess the other thing that's worth checking, right, is actually logging what gets kicked. And so this will be fun to try and do in Fennel as well. Main.fennel. Let's go print try frame equals... Ooh, what does the append... Is there no append function in this? Can we just like mash stuff together? Let's try it. d2d.raw try kc equals d2d.kc. And then we have to do some sets. Let's say set d2d.raw try 0 kc. Does this work? I mean, yes, it works, but it's not loading the right thing. Main.lure. Okay, so yeah, so we've got a kick. Oh, this is actually like spacing stuff out. That's really cool. That's really cool. This looks okay. This looks okay. This looks okay. Okay. Let's check out what gets compiled from that, because it's kind of interesting. Oh, okay, so it's just print without the concats. That's cool, that's cool. But why doesn't this work? This is the ultimate question, right? This is the same thing we're doing. This is definitely the same thing we're doing. Just without the do, I guess. That's fine. Sprite. Should I just like draw 2D? Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to dma lure.c. This is going to tell us exactly what's going on. Print buffer. And let's give this a quick build. We'll give this a run. And we can see what's going on here. So we can see the images getting uploaded. That's grand. And then... Okay, well that actually, I didn't give it enough time to finish uploading. Cool, so what have we got? We're clearing the screen up here, and then this is where our drawing starts. So the last thing that clearing the screen does is set this PR mode cont register. This means that it's relinquishing control of rendering back to whatever we set the primitive register to. Then we set 4 registers to do with texture control. This sets things like the base address of our texture, you know, so what we send to the graphic synthesizer to draw from its own RAM. So like the VRAM address, right? We set the primitive register to yes, we want to draw a texture mapped sprite. Then we have one loop with 6 registers, right? We set ST, color, and then position. So, and we have to set color. Fun little quirk of how this works. You have to set color when you set ST, otherwise part of what you need to draw ST doesn't actually get kicked off to the GPU. Anyway, weird quirk. So, ST, 0, 0. Perfect. This floating point 1 over here, this is the Q register, which is actually part of RGBA. Q. It's weird. So this is fine. Color looks fine. Position, sure, I'll take your word for it. And then UV's 1, 1. color is the same, position is slightly different. It's 200 units different-ish, right? Or a few units. Is it? This is actually 0x 100. Then this is 0x. Okay, this actually looks a little bit weird. I'll have to investigate. But, and then we set a finish. Okay. So it has to be here, right? It has to be here. It has to be something I've done here. Font. X, Y. Width, height. So let's copy exactly what we have in the other one, right? 200, 200. Except I have to do it in main.fennel, sorry. Main.fennel. Negative 200, negative 200. We're going to go 200, 200. Oh, that's so annoying. That is so annoying. Because it looks like it's all there, right? That's the thing. That's the thing. Here's the other thing though. Do we have another kick happening somewhere? Right, there's only one kick happening per frame, so I don't know. Oh no, it says, yeah, kick count equals 1. That's good, that's good. That's what we want to see. So, why? Why don't you... This width and height just looks a little bit wrong to me. Where are we? X, Y... I know, yeah. Position. Oh yeah, this is... Oh, this is very wrong. Yeah, no, okay, hold on. Something has gone afoul here. Something's gone very wrong here. How could it have gone this wrong, though? Bundle. Font. Texture. X. Y. Position. Position. So, hold on. So, I guess the other thing is, right? Let's, like, copy exactly what is happening in the other one. 2... and now let's make run. No, let's. We've got to do it without triggering the. Okay, we'll change it in fennel. We'll change it in fennel. You've twisted my arm. We're definitely calling frame start. What is main.fennel? $50, 100, 256, 64. What is this? What is this? This is such a weird stream. Just the most frustrating problems imaginable. Okay. What do we do? What do we do? Where do we go? I just really want this to start working. I want to do string rendering, right? I want to do that in Lisp. I thought that would be cool. Get buffer. Kick. It's definitely pushing the right buffer through, right? It has to be... Are we setting something up wrong? Set buffers, FB, ZB, clear color. Oh, hold on. I think I've got it. I think we have to do this first. Otherwise it's going to freak out. Nope. It was a good try. I do like the idea of loading this first though, because of how we abuse draw buffers. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. 256.64. That's so strange, you know? What if I add more to the draw buffer? Let's just like... Oh yeah, this stuff is not getting split up well. This is a very, very unnecessary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I need to change this logic because this extra kicking is no good at all. Yeah, hold on. Okay, well let me just like fix this while I think of it, because I can actually make an improvement here, a really easy improvement here. Where are we going? See, we actually don't need to kick here, right? I'm doing this in triangles as well. If we're in a state other than draw none, then we need to put a new gift tag in, but like we don't need to kick. We can keep using the same tag. That's fine. Let's just mush this stuff together a little bit more. That is absolutely fine. Yeah, there we go. These are some nice meaty draw buffers. Okay, so let's go back into main.fanel and let's draw a triangle if we can. D2. Is it D2D triangle or is it D2D tri? It's D2D triangle. And we're going to have... Yeah, cool. 3 points. Let's go... What are 3 good points for a triangle? -100, -100. Then let's go to 100, -100. Then let's go to -100, 100. Right? Let's do a nice right-angled triangle. Okay, so that works. So it's a texture problem. Let's go D2D quad. And let's draw a quad at 0, 0. From the middle of the screen, let's go to -30, -30, right? Oop. Oh, it's not quad, it's called, the function's called rect. The function is called rect. Still not happy with me. Come on, what's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, it's not that it's unhappy with me, it's that the buffer, the draw never completes, right? So, and this is why I log this every single frame, so that I can see when this stops, if we've halted on a draw, it's very, very obvious. So what happens here, okay? This is fine. Where are our gift tags? So here's a gift tag, right? 6 registers, 1 loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is fine. Okay, this gift tag is fine. So what's the gift tag before it? We're looking for very distinct patterns here, right? So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is fine. So this is all part of just drawing a textured quad, right? That's all these gift tags are. And then we have 5, 5, 5, 1. We have 1 loop of 4 registers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this isn't counting loops properly, right? This is saying we have 1 loop of this. Actually, we have 3. So the gift tag is malformed. So the graphic synthesizer hangs forever. So our draw never completes. So our program never completes because we wait for a draw to complete. So we go back to draw 2D. Okay, draw triangle. So apparently this was this horrible extra kick that I just removed was a band-aid for a much bigger problem. And that bigger problem being that apparently I'm not counting loops properly. Okay, so but if self.state is not equal to draw none, then if we're changing state, then we do have to do part of our kick logic, which is updating the number of loops we're drawing. So function draw update last tag loops. We're going to make this its own function and pull it out of kick because sometimes we call it without kicking. This is important. This is very important. Okay, perfect. So now when we kick, we definitely call draw update last tag loops. But now sometimes we call this logic without kicking. If state not equals draw 1, then draw update last tag loops. Is that what I called it? Man, I'm really tired today. I think you can tell my short-term memory is something. Update last tag loops. Okay, and now we do the same thing in draw sprite, where we do our other checks. Raptor Jesus, thank you very much for the follow. That is a fantastic name, by the way. I love it. So if we're changing thing or changing texture, we have to update. Yeah, cool. Okay. Now this should work. This looks right to me now, to my eye. Let's find where these gift tags are. So we go 1, 2, we look for this one. 3 loops, 4 registers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get another gift tag. What am I making for the PS2? I'm making a simple 2D game, okay? I'm building everything from the ground up. I'm literally writing, basically all these buffers are being generated in Lua, which is a really inefficient way of working, but it's a really fun way of exploring PS2 hardware. I can iterate really quickly. I think I'll be able to do some videos kind of teaching PS2 hardware where people can just get in and get stuck in and not worry about really low-level C concepts. They can just build these buffers and poke them around to different parts of the PS2 and see what gets drawn. So my goal is to build something that's fun to play with. You can play with it at this low level. You can play with it at the higher level where you're just saying, like, draw a sprite. You don't have to know what goes on in here. You can just put a sprite on the screen. And just to kind of, like, prove that it works, I guess, I am gonna build a game in Lisp for it, for the 10-day Lisp Autumn Game Jam. It's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. But it's ambitious. And so far, I thought I was going to get started with a few cool game-related things tonight. Instead, I am troubleshooting the engine because PS2 development is hard. Okay. So this gift tag is fine. This gift tag's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Was that too many? That was too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, then we have another gift tag. 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is setting up our texture drawing. And then we have one loop of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that gift tag looks correctly formed. I don't know what's going on here. One loop here, yeah. So what? Why don't we have more things drawing? Where have these other things gone? I'm slightly nervous about these calculations for some reason. I don't know why. Ix1, Iy2, math for x plus width, y plus height. This all feels good. This all feels good. I don't know what could be going wrong. I don't know. I feel like if I keep running it, something's going to change, but that's not really how anything works. Let's draw a little bit more red. Let's crank up this red a notch. Oh, well, that explains a lot. It was there the whole time. That's insane. How did that happen? What? Why are you so semi-transparent? Does this serve me right for just like using such a dim background? Okay, anyway, that's very frustrating. I thought I addressed this with the mode I was setting, the texture mode I was setting. It was invisible the whole time. I can't believe it. Oh yeah, I'm drawing it in the wrong mode, right? I think I want this mode. Maybe not. Maybe I want 2. There are a few different modes that mean a few different things. Right, so if I set this to 0, for example, right? This is going to give me no transparency, I think. Nope, it's still not there. Weird, hold on. Main panel. Okay, I've got to set this to like a more aggressive color. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. We've got it. But yeah, so we can play around with like the texturing mode, which is good. Something weird has happened. It's drawing it very like... What is This is just different to what's happening in my other code. What? I can run this same logic. The only difference, right? The only difference is that this color is being set by a literal number rather than like a hex literal, rather than like 0x80. So maybe this has some impact on maybe these are like being cast to floating point numbers or something. We can test this really easily. We can run and look at what's actually getting passed through these. I quit too soon. It didn't actually start drawing. I can look at what's actually getting passed through in these draw buffers, right? So let's find a sprite. So here, what is in the color register? This is fine. These colors are absolutely fine. Red, green, green, blue, alpha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is fine. This is fine. 5, 2, 1. This is a perfectly well-formed bit of color information. So I don't know what has gone so wrong here. Let's go back to 1 because we can actually see something here at least. But it's all been like washed out to one color in a really strange way. Man, I don't know why this has like turned into such an annoying stream. Because I can go into main, the other main. Again, annoyingly, I can't actually pass arguments into the PS2 emulator when I run this, so I've got to change my main script like this. But if I go into texture.lua, I'm doing exactly the same thing, and it actually works, right? So I guess let's look at texture. What if I come in here, and when I say set color, what if instead of this I say 128, right? Then is it going to be weird? No. This is literally the same. The only difference is, I don't even know what the difference is. Hold on, I need to get these side by side here. I need to get these side by side. This is bundle. Okay, so this is what's getting generated and what's running. Okay, so new buffer, get buffer. This is the same so far. Okay, frame start is fine. Set color, absolutely fine. Draw a sprite, why not? This is the same. This is exactly the same. Then we get the buffer again, we end the frame, and we kick. That is all we do. These two examples are the same. The only difference could be in how I'm loading the texture, but even that is the same, right? It's the same. It's just the same. It's just the same. I'm at a loss. I am at a loss. Okay, the only other thing I can think to try right now, right? Set color. Let's go math.floor, 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 and math.floor. Okay, well at the very least this is going to be enough to play around with string rendering. It's a little bit odd, but it's enough. So let's do this real quick and then I'm going to go to bed. Let's go fn draw string. We'll give it a string, we'll give it an x, and we'll give it a y. Okay, so let, or do we want to go var? Is it a let or is it a var? Let's refer to the documentation, okay? Iteration. Each. Oh, okay. So it's very Lua-y, right? So actually, we say each IV or IC because it's a character. I pairs S. Yeah, so for each index and character in the string, we say D2D sprite. So we draw a sprite with our font. We draw it at X plus I times the width of our characters, which is 8 pixels wide, and then our y coordinate. And now we need, well, the width is 8, the height is 16. The UVs now. We need to calculate, so our font looks like this. Let's PlayStation Workspace, PlayStation 2, 3D test, fair, asset, font, big font.tga. Yeah, so why did that? Okay, I don't know why that rotated. That was weird. There we go. So our font's in this order, right? So each of these, so 64 characters across. So 8 characters across? No. Yeah, 8 characters, 8 pixels wide, 256 characters across. So 2 to the 8, 2 to the, 8 divided by 2 to the 3. So 2 to the 5, which is 32 characters across. Does that make sense? Yeah, because it's the lowercase alphabet plus a few things, right? So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, cool. So in other words, capital letter A is index 33, 31, 32, 33. And then, so 0, 31, 31, well, 32 times 32 is 64. So this is 33, and then this is 65, right? So ASCII, is this ASCII? Is this how ASCII works? Where are we? Decimal 64. Decimal 65, no. And decimal 97. Okay, so we can do with this. Let's go let's say, well, let's call them TS and TY. And there's going to be a little bit of logic here, right? Because we need to decode we need to decode getting a texture coordinate from a character point. We also need to actually know the character point, right? Oh dear, I hate when I do this. Okay, so lure string character to ordinal. Is that what I want? Is it ordinal? Iterate individual characters. Can I actually not iterate a loop? Iterate a string like this? Okay, maybe I actually can't do this. Damn. Iteration. String.gmatch. String, other iterations, blah, blah, blah. Looping. Okay. Fennel lang loop over string. Do I have to write it recursively? I could write it recursively, right? This might just be what I have to do. Okay, well, that might actually be better. That actually might be better. We can do this. I'm a clever boy, right? So now instead of this loop, we go let ts, let's say ts0, ty, tt0 in, we draw this font, and then we say draw string s sub string dot sub s1. Is that it? Is that how you like just drop the first character of a string? Let's pull up a Lua REPL and quickly test. Lua 5.1. Print string dot sub Okay. Oh, Lua's one indexed, of course. Beautiful. Okay, so string sub S2, and then we give it x plus our character width, which is 8, and we assume everything's just going to nicely get drawn on the same line. This needs an extra closing parentheses. Perfect. Okay. Now we just need some logic here, but for now we can just test this out. We can just test this out against. Is that exclamation mark or is that space? Okay. Let's actually say. Oh, hold on. No, I need a width as well. So draw so TS TT and then it's hold on 256 divided by the width of a character, right? No. Wait. It's the width of a character as a fraction of this. Yeah, so 256. So 0. This. So plus TS 0.03125 plus TT 0.03125. So this will always draw the first character in this table. Let's actually go 0.03125 and 0.03125. No, wait, hold on. 16 divided by 64. It's a different height, so 0.25. So this should 25. If I do draw string now, it should just draw me a bunch of letter A's, right? D draw string. Okay, well actually it just crashes, and this is to be expected sometimes. Perform arithmetic on a nil value global I bundle Lua a global value I, or in unknown global value I. So where is there an? Oh right, yeah, of course. When I was iterating before, right, you had to add onto this value x as you went through the string. Now I'm doing it recursively. It's a little bit different. It's a lot different. We get a whole bunch of A's. We get a whole bunch of A's. Oh boy, we get a lot of A's. We get too many A's, in fact. Let's go if length s if less than or equal to less than or equal to 0 length s, then do this, otherwise we just do nothing, right? How does this look? Unmatched closing. Yep, we got an extra closer. Okay. Kick count 1. What does this look like in bundle.lua? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If equals 0, x, oh, okay, this is slightly different to what I'm used to? Maybe I'm just being very silly. No, hold on. The let is closed at the same place. This is not closed at the same place. Okay, yeah, so we get a letter A. That's kind of cute. Does this... Okay, so this draws at least one letter. I like that. I like that. In our draw list, is it trying to draw more things? Where are we? 51, 1 loop. Nope. This is all that's... It's only putting this one thing into our our thing. Okay. So, what are we missing? Bundled or lure, draw string. If the length of S is less than or equal to 0, then... Oh, no. Hold on. Whoa. Oh, these forms. Okay, well, let's move this in a layer. Let's get rid of one of these. And do this. Okay, so now both of these live inside the true condition of this if. So this should draw multiple letter A's. Yeah, there we... Oh, and now it just keeps going forever. So what does this compile into, right? If the length of the string is less than or equal to 0, then... Ah, no, hold on. Whoa. I've got my condition backwards. Now it does nothing. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, well, what we actually want to do is say if 0 is greater than the length of the string. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And now if I add like... Well, if I go down to just 3-letter A's, I expect to see it draw 3-letter A's. Nice. We've got some string rendering. So now we just need a bit more logic in how these work, right? So let's bump this down to a new line. Okay. Maybe let's put this in another another function. So maybe fn get car s. For some character C, we want to say, what am I, so I said capital A started at 33 and lowercase a so let's just think about capitals now, right? So if let's say and greater than or equal to, let's look at our ASCII table here. Where is it? ASCII table. If it's bigger than 64, if C is bigger than 64 and C is less than or equal to 90, then what we want to do is, it's along that first row, right? So let I is going to be, hold on, so we're going to treat this index, we want to convert from a number in the range of 64 to 90, so we want to do 64 minus 33, right? So let I equal, yeah, let I equals C minus 33 in, we want to, hold on, I got this. So, well, actually, it's not even minus 33, or is it? I guess it is, right? But then we want to get the x coordinate of this. Also, actually, hold on. Let's think about this differently, right? So let's convert from an ASCII character to an index in this map, then let's convert that index into an S and T coordinate. Let's do this in 2 different steps. So if it's this, we don't even need a let here, right? We just, it is just this value. Yeah? So if this condition's true, then it's equal to this. Otherwise, and I think the way Fennel said it worked, right? Conditionals. If condition value, so if is also like a cond in other Lisps, right? So we can say if and greater than or equal to C, I think it's like 93 or something, right? Where does the other part of the ASCII table start? 97. 97 less than or equal to C, what are we going to? 122. Then we want to say minus C. So this is, what did I say it was? 3365. So 97 minus 65. 65. Wait, is that right? 33 plus... Wait, hold on. Whoa, what about... plus... 33 plus C minus 6. Hold on, I'm doing this wrong. We want 33. We want plus. We want 30. 33 is the base. 33 plus C minus 64, right? Similarly here, we want plus 65. 97, right? We want this is the base, and then what character in this range C is, right? Like which letter in the range of 0 to 20. Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. Otherwise, we're just going to say 0. Okay, so can I, if I say like CI equals get car int, oh, hold on, here's the other thing, right? Lua get string ord, or string to int, or how do I get the character at the index of a string, right? This isn't what I want. Nah. String. First word of a string. I want the like character value. I want the ordinal. ASCII value. How do I know I did this like before. Get the ASCII. Yeah, here we go. This is PowerShell. This isn't okay. I've been duped. I've been duped into learning about PowerShell. Oof. I'm sure I worked this out somewhere before. Like, I'm sure... String byte, there it is. There's a function. I had it actually in a file on my laptop. Okay, so car int string byte s. And I think if I just say string byte, it'll give me the first byte, right? Let's go Lua 5.1 print byte. Yeah, that'll be the first. If I look at my ASCII table, 102 will be lowercase f. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so we can get a character index, right? Now we want to say this is going to be, hold on. So we're going to get CI, so the width is going to be CI modulo, and the width in characters is 32. So it's going to be mod CI 32, but then it's going to be this divided by, wait, hold on. It's going to be this multiplied by 0.03125, right? So it's the x position across multiplied by the increment of like how many, like what fraction, I guess, of this whole texture one character is. Similarly here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to say divided by, but it has to be like math.floor of the division, right? CI, and then we divide by 32. Yeah, so this tells us what Exposition versus Y position. Yeah. This is cool stuff. This is cool stuff. Okay. And again, we get this as a fraction. Try replacing square bracket with. We're short a bracket. We're short a bracket. I never thought I'd see the day. This isn't leaking. This isn't leaking. Oh, this is. There we go. And this actually might just be working that simply. I was expecting this to go very wrong. So let's say, hello world. Whoa. How about that? And I feel like this is the kind of thing Lisp can actually be really good for, right? Like once you define a problem like this, your data flow just has to be super clean. And that just works brilliantly. So let's draw a few strings around the place, okay? Let's start at -100. Let's go, the characters are 16 high, so let's go to 84. We don't have special characters yet, but I can still advertise my website. And this is 50, is that 58? Is that uniform height? Okay, so we've got a few janks. We've got a few janky things going on, right? First off, this triangle can get out of here, right? I don't know where that rect is. I guess it's behind the triangle. Here's another thing we're going to do. We're going to go to DMA Lure. We're going to get rid of this print buffer because it might be slowing down the emulator enough that we're getting this weird flickering. Okay. So, this is weird, right? This flickering kind of makes me nervous. Oh, hold on. I didn't rebuild. Okay, so things are a little bit flickery. We're kicking 3 times. I think that means that when our draw buffer's getting split up. Oh, and this is weird, right? Where's our letter T? Letter T doesn't exist. But this is close. This is really, really close to doing something cool. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And look at this. We're writing Lisp. It's awesome. It's working really well. I've got a lot of problems to fix up with this to be ready to smash out an entire Lisp game, but this is going to be a big week and a bit of writing cool Lisp code, of seeing things happen on a PlayStation 2, and it's going to force me to fix up a couple of rough edges with this to get things really working well, and it's going to force me to like dig into why these buffers are behaving kind of weirdly, right? If I wasn't building an entire game, I could look at that flickering and be like, yeah, I'll fix it later. But now it's a class A bug. It has to be fixed. So holy crap, this is a really big one. One of the longest streams I've done. I'm really tired. Looking forward to getting a good night's sleep and then getting stuck back into this. This just excites me. This style of writing code, I love it so much. It makes me so happy. And I'm really excited that I can bring Lisp to the PlayStation 2 like this. It's a cool way to work. So I hope you've been enjoying this. There are a few people trickling in, which always seems to happen right as I'm saying goodnight, unfortunately. Yeah, go find another cool streamer to watch. Hopefully there are more people streaming for this game jam. I'll have to keep my eyes open, see who else is around. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I have, like I said, a lot of work to do. Hopefully I'll be back very shortly working on some more of this after I've had a good night's sleep in me. I will come in, I'll do some cool pixel art, and we'll get a game started. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for everyone who stopped by and gave us a new follow. I'll catch you next time.